Hello, out there in the world. I'm Tim. I'm here with your Thursday Robot Butt Recommends. Apologies for nothing on today. Technical difficulties. I was having issue with the Wi-Fi, and I noticed it too late to do anything about it because I have been a little bit wrapped up in playing through Last of Us Part 2, which, side recommendation, it is fantastic and living up to all the hype that I had built up in my head, but we're not here to talk about that today, especially since it's finished. For today's recommends, I did want to do something a little bit different, because I know the whole point of this has been, hey, there's a pandemic, we want to socially distance, we want to stay in the house as much as possible, but to leave the house at some point, right? We can't stay indoors 100% of the time. We have to go out, get groceries, stuff like that, and the weather is getting nicer. It's harder and harder to stay cooped up. The good news is there's nothing wrong with going outside. This isn't an airborne illness. You know, it's not like the stand or something like that. So you can go outside. We just want to avoid large gatherings. So as we're kind of trying to get that energy out, there is an app that I have been using for a number of years that I love, that you can use to kind of get out and stretch out your legs, and it is Zombies Run. It is a free download, but you're going to be restricted what you can do. What it is a app that plays you a story as you are running, which is what I do, but you don't have to run. You can bike. You can just walk, just walking around the block. And it is like an immersive story experience that all takes place in a zombie apocalypse. So kind of fitting for a pandemic type situation. So the story is broken into missions and episodes. So they're all about a half hour long. And you can set it up so that between the story beats, which are all done kind of like radio transmissions that you're hearing over your headset, kind of directing you to what you should be doing, what's going on around you, and stuff like that. You can get music playing in if you're someone who likes to listen to music while they're running or walking or biking. But the app allows for a more immersive experience and tells a story, and it's actually a really good story. It's won awards. They've brought in guest writers like Margaret Atwood has written for this, so it's a really kind of neat experience. There are like 8 seasons or something like that, so there's a lot that you can work through. And like I said, if you aren't someone who's like a big exercise person, you're not someone who likes running or anything like that, that's fine. They have plenty of other options for you. If you're someone who is interested in maybe getting more into, a running mentality or losing some weight, they have like a Couch to 5K program within the app. Like I said, if you just want to walk, if you're not interested in really running and working up a sweat, you can do that too. You can do all of the normal missions, even just walking around the block. They even have like a special The Walk storyline going on right now that is all based around just walking and getting steps in. Like I said, it is technically free, but if you do it that way, you only have access to a certain number of episodes in the first season, and then from there you unlock a new mission every week. So you're kind of limited in only being able to do so much at a time, kind of like, those mobile games where, they give you 3 lives, but if you want to progress beyond that, you have to fork over money. Kind of the same deal, but as someone who does try to be more active, I do think it is worth it. I think it's $20 a year to have access unlimited access to everything, and that's if you're a brand new person. If for some reason you had this before and were just using it for free and forgot about it, there's a discount for previous members, but you're looking at about $20 a year for like the subscription, and then all missions, all modes, everything is unlocked. So if you are fortunate and if you have like a neighborhood you can walk around in, or you have parks nearby where you can go and get out and not be around a large group of people, this is a nice way to be able to go out, get outside, enjoy the fresh air, and still kind of enjoy a little bit of a sci-fi futuristic horror story along the way. There are different modes, so it's not just the main zombie apocalypse storyline. There are like side missions you can do. They call them airdrops, where it is more music-based. There's Radio Able, which it's an in-universe radio station, and the DJ's there. It really is incredibly well realized for just a little mobile app that's helping you keep track of your runs, because it does do that as well. GPS, you can map your runs and walks, whatever, but it's so much more than just another Fitbit. It really does a good job of creating a whole world and a whole cast of characters that you can latch onto, so that you kind of feel excited to be able to go for a walk or go for a run. It's something that I've been using for a number of years. It's what helped me lose weight when I was trying to lose weight years ago. So if you are interested in getting out more, getting some exercise, because we've all been cooped up so much, this is a really fun way to do it. And it's not a typical just counting steps and like Fitbit coach where, come on, sweat it out, sweat it out, sweat it out. There's an interesting, fun story. So if you like genre stuff, this is a really great way to kind of combine those two things. Just if this is something that interests you, if this is something you might want to do, just remember to be careful. Like I said, if you have parks and stuff nearby, that's great. I'm lucky I have places I can go where I can walk and run and not really come into a lot of contact with too many people. But make sure that you are still, if you are going to go out and use this, that you're still distancing yourself from anyone else who's around. Maybe still wear a mask. It's not always the most comfortable, but if there are going to be a lot of other people in the park by you, it's better to wear the mask and maybe walk or run a little bit slower than not wear a mask at all. But yeah, so a little bit different of a recommendation, because I know it's kind of breaking my normal stay inside, don't go out as much as possible. But experts have been showing that being outside, as long as you're able to social distance, is relatively safe. You just want to avoid gatherings of large people. So if you have that ability, Zombies Run is a fantastic app that'll kind of help you get some exercise in, get the blood flowing, because I know I have been a lot more sedentary the past couple months with all this going on than I would prefer. So it's kind of a welcome breath of fresh air to actually get outside in the fresh air, and this is a fun way to get some stories in while you're doing that. So hopefully you guys get something out of this the way that I did. Again, stay safe if you do choose to go outside and either to use this or to do anything else. And we will be back here next week with some more recommendations. Talk to you later.